I've always helped people remember who they are and feel into their power, feel into what their gifts and their skills are. I've really helped people let go of what no longer serves them and transform that into fuel for their mastery, for them to shift their life into the positive. The magic happens when you can hear your heart sing. Literally hear your heart sing. I just want you to know you were born for this, that you have everything you need to really do you this lifetime. So let's get started. Let's make magic together. Whoa, that always makes me feel really excited, ready to fluff my wings and celebrate each and every one of you. Welcome to Miracle Monday, a night when we have a chance to share from, I think, the higher dimensional plane, experience some miracle healings and some TLC, raise the vibrations and the energy, and most important, help you remember who you are and why you are here on this planet as a light bearer on planet Earth, and this time of the unraveling and the re-establishment or the new establishment of the new Earth. So all you guys who have come in for these times, I'm so happy to see you. You are my tribe. I love you very dearly, and I really look forward to Miracle Monday as a night where we can experience a high vibration. So first of all, let us know where you're from. Yes, you're still from San Diego again. Perfect. Haven't moved yet. And good to know. And yes, the energies have been very, very intense. And so if you're experiencing intense energy tonight, this is the place where you ought to be, and share it out with your friends and family before we get started. All right, so what are we going to do tonight? Well, we're going to talk about the time between times. And I'm going to explain it a little bit in a bit, but what happens between lives, just what happens in the time between time. So I am your navigator tonight, Joan of Angels, Chief Angel in the house, with my co-host, Tina Marie, in the back room, who helps guide the chats and the comments. And we want you to, first of all, tell us where you are from. Because, you know, when we do this work, we start to envision miracles spreading around the planet. And if we know that you're all the way on the other side of the planet, we can actually create a more powerful tower of miracle power. That's all I want to say. So we are going to be creating that tower of miracle power, maybe for Laura, because it's been so intense, and for those of you who feel that you want a vibratory shift. So now that I know where some of you are from, keep going. So we get it all. There's Kathy and Laura, welcome, and Jillery, and Tina Marie is in the house. She's in the front and the back of the house. We have Deborah, Tina, wonderful. You are also welcome in our space here. We are just so pleased. Okay, good. We have one from across the sea. Yes. All right. So I'm Joan of Angels. I am your guide. I am transformational coach, and I help people step into their mission this lifetime. I say this lifetime. Why do I say this lifetime? Because we've been here before. And those of us who've heard me before know that I talk about deliberately, specifically being called to come down for these times. You may not have known you'd end up in Kansas, but you chose to come down here to be a volunteer down here for these specific times. And so those are the things we're going to talk about tonight. So before we get started, I want to know even more things now. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you are on fire, all revved up, on a scale of 1 to 10, how high is your energy today? With 1 being like, you might as well not have gotten out of bed, all right? So tune into your energy. Just take a deep breath with me. Good. And let's tune into your vital force, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your vitality for right now before we begin? And we'll then tune in at the end to see what kind of shifts you've had. So that's the first thing I want you to do. On a scale of 1 to 10, we have an 11. I love 11s. Okay, good. I have people who are listening. 8, and 8 is good too, but we have a lot of room from 8 to a 10. Good. Anyone at a 5? because sometimes that happens. All right, good. So now that you're doing all of this work with me, so we know where you're at, and this is it. This is part of having an understanding of where our own vibrational frequencies are before we begin. Because I know that once you hop on here and you stay here with us, your energy will be totally transformed. At least mine and Tina's are. All right, good. Cocoa Beach, Florida is in the house. So let's just start with a little invocation. And I love to rub my hands together. Mother, Father, God, we just ask right now to be filled, surrounded, and protected with the light. We ask for clarity, wisdom, understanding, compassion, guidance, and wisdom of the ages. We ask for extra special energy to go through our body so that we are strong and capable, able to handle the times ahead. We ask that we have direct communication to our guides, our spirit family, so that we can understand that which we are to do in the now, in these times, and how we are to move forward fearlessly, even through whatever comes our way. And so it is. And so we are so grateful for your presence tonight, because I could feel these high vibrations. So guys, if you're new to me, by the way, please like, subscribe, and share. We are so happy to see you. And if you're seeing this later on, you rock. You're already a miracle maker. So we start always by asking Spirit, what kind of message do you have for us today? And we are going to do that. Christian, we're so happy you are here. We're going to do that. And Tina here, and see what they say. So card number 1 of the night. She feels, she knows. These are very mystical cards. What does that mean, to feel? To know. So the mystic, the shaman, the wise wisdom keeper, the oracle, those who are in touch with their higher selves. All right. When you sit still and you literally tune in to receive those messages, you do know. You know everything about your path. You know the direction you are to take. You get confirmation on your journey. The thing is when you tune in, usually they give it to you only one little piece of information at a time. And Tina, they want you to know that if you say yes to that message, doesn't matter what it is. It could be go to the 7-Eleven. And you go, why the 7-Eleven? It's usually like weird people. So you say yes, and you go to the 7-Eleven, and there's someone that is there just for you to help, or just for you to give a smile. And you have now changed their life forward, and you've changed your karma, just so you know. So all of those messages are important. So, all right, taking a deep breath in, when we know that's a gift that we call clairsentience, the power of knowing. So when I started a series, a couple of weeks ago, I started a series called The Between Times, or the In-Between Times. I wasn't even sure if I was going to title it The Between Times or The In-Between Times, but it kind of almost meant the same thing. The between times are that moment from here to there. Boom. You go from here, you go from here. So, for instance, it was before I did my soul essence paintings till after I did my soul essence painting. Before I learned to channel, after I learned to channel. You can say that between time is that time where you learn to feel into things, to center, to breathe, to ground, to reboot, to get your groove on, to restore. I'm using all these words to describe it. Aha. Well, a white cat means really good luck and angelic presence. So, restoration, that moment. Now, I have some musician friends who tell me that it is the moment between notes. So that in-between zone is when one note plays and then the next note, but it's that tone, that silence between. Other in-between times was the day I was named Joan of Angels, when in this busy restaurant, literally everyone went silent, completely. And I think the waitress stopped moving. Okay, just so you know. That was between time. when I was going to hear an oracle message from the divine. So we had those moments between time. And I did several videos that you can check on Miracle Mondays. I did a few weeks of, I don't know, maybe gratitude between time. I don't even know what I did, but I did do several of these videos. And then I stopped last week. And then I just kept asking, what am I to talk about? And they said, it's that time between lives, or that time even before we came down here, where we knew we were about to expect drama, but we were in that moment in between. So in a way, I'm talking about two different things and blending them together in a moment between times. So when we come down here, well, let's backtrack. Much of what I've been looking at these days is what happened to get us down here on planet Earth. So many of my clients, even today, 2 clients, go, Joan, but I'm not here. I'm not from down here. I'm not from down here. Most of us aren't. Well, not most of us. Most of you guys aren't. The people who find me are not from down here. The people who find the normal people maybe are from down here, but my tribe who find me are not from here. We're usually from the angelic realms or the star tribe, the heavenly realms, right? So we're not really from these places. And when a call went out, probably my guides would tell me, this call went out a couple of billion years ago, but even more specifically, several million years ago, the call went out, planet Earth is in need of your help. Who's going to volunteer? So, I want you to think about it. Being a volunteer on planet Earth, how many of you in the chat would volunteer now if the call went out and you knew you'd come down here 2020, there'd be this whole unraveling. I don't even want to mention anything that would get me banned, but there would be this whole unraveling where you would be suddenly imprisoned in your homes and wearing masks and kind of dictated to by an outer world, have controls put on your freedom. Would you have said yes? And I want to know, I want to hear from all of you. Would you have said yes? Would you have said maybe? Would you have said, you know what? That looks like a SHITSHOW. I don't think so. So it's good to know that. So I'm going to tell you that most of you actually heard that call and you said yes. You said yes because you knew that you had the abilities, the talents, the skills to do what it's going to take here on the planet to do what is yours to do. Now, I'm saying what is yours to do is possibly just to hold love, just to hold light, just to hold a consciousness of all is well. All will unfold for the highest good of all concerned. And it is for this, my loves, that you went through these trials and tribulations that I know so many of my clients have, of a life that's very challenging, forcing you to shift into your 5th dimensional frequency self. If that describes you, then you are a volunteer who came down here, because I don't know many volunteers who came down and had the best of lives. These challenges are meant to wake up our memory, for us to go, oh my God, this is tough. I don't want to be here. And then you remember that you chose to be here. Now, I had it explained to me by Michael Allegian, and he explained it to me. He said, look, they promised you hazard pay. So it's going to be a lot, guys. That's not why we came. And they promised us some off-duty time in the off realms. All right. So there is a promise of hope. But again, that's not why we came. We came because we had special skills and we were like warriors looking for opportunities to use these skills. So what's my special skill? My special skill is I help you remember, and I help you narrow in and call in your soul mission. And then I can help you see what you look like on those other sides now. It's a new gift that's come in recently, this ability to help visualize and bring forward your soul essence. So they said, okay, Joan, that's your gift. You will help wake people up and a few other things. You'll help align their frequency so they can raise their vibration. And that's what you're going to do. Now, do you think that I knew this from the day I was born? I don't think so. I only knew a little bit, that sometimes beings would talk to me. I also knew I had a very tough life. I ran away at 3. So we chose rebellious type lives. We chose challenging lives. We chose bodies that don't function well so that we can actually learn how to go into a state of neutrality and raise that vibrational frequency and access those skills and gifts that we came down here for. That is no small task, and that is one reason why some of the shock of your childhood served to wake you up. But don't fear, these activation codes are set in your DNA so that you will awaken, and you will awaken for these times. So, yeah, and it'll be hard for you to say no. You have free will, but I think many of you are waking up in a very, very powerful way, and that the last few years has been an initiation, from the before time to the now time. So I want to start, someone mentioned Dolores Cannon, and I'm doing a talk tomorrow. Tina's going to put the panel link up there. It's going to be on my YouTube channel all day, and it's a day of panels with Portal to Ascension. I'm on the Ascension panel, but at some time during the day, I'm going to do a soul mission activation session for people. So you get to experience what I'm talking about, and it is free all day. So Tina will put the link in for you, and then you can see it and share it out because it's free and it's going to be juicy. Okay, but now I want to show you, and the reason I said all that is that Dolores Cannon is going to be, is that I'm about to show you something by Dolores Cannon. Okay, and so here we go. And I just needed that. Okay, so I found this today on Facebook as I was, let me make sure you can see it, on Facebook. And this was written actually by Dolores Cannon. And she says, how do you come to Earth? That was the question put to her. Tell me what happens. It says, soul, the body is gone. The body dissolved at the other place. And this, well, it sort of reminds me of a holding station. It's like you're an actor in a movie or on a stage. You have to prepare your lines. So I want to stop for a minute. And today I was doing an interview with Suzanne Wilson, and she was talking about her near-death experience, which felt like she was in a holding station. She felt like she was not at the heavenly place. She was somehow at a transport center before she got there. It was that kind of place. But her body, in these near-death experiences, people's bodies literally dissolve. But we talk about why we come here. So you prepare what the character is going to be like. Who prepares? Before you come down here, you are in discussion with your spirit team. You're talking about what happened the last life. You're processing, the wins, the losses, the good news, the not so great news. And you're looking at what you need to still accomplish on your soul mission. So let's say it was me. I'd be in that between lives, and I'd be examining what is still left undone in this mission of waking up souls, or in having the courage to come out of the closet to do this work. So what is it? So making sure we understand what you want to do. There is an appropriate period, and if you still want to do it, you advance to the next level. If that is what you really want to do, then you fine tune it. You get to look at where you want to live, your soul family, what you want to experience, what you want to gain, and then you keep fine tuning it until all the people who are in this holding area. So the holding area is sort of where you're having a soul council of all the potential people who might come in your life, this life, but you're meeting them all up there before you come down, which I think is great. And then people who don't want to be in the experience with you that this lifetime, get out. You decide where you want to go, and then you go through being born. So that is extremely potent to read, right? What do you guys think about that? So when when I was 10, I was in a physics class, and in physics, they said matter is neither begun, birthed, or dies. It's sort of always there. You can't destroy it. And so I thought, well, I wonder if that's true of the human body. I wonder if that's true of me. If I was born, do I really die? Like how can I just die? Maybe I'm going to have to come back again as something else. Now, I knew nothing about reincarnation, but I kind of liked this idea of figuring out how I came back as something else, So, and I remember this very specific. I remember my bed, my bedroom, and I'm alone in the bedroom. I shared it with my sister. I don't know where she was. And I'd been doing my homework when this physics thing came by. And I sit there, I put my feet on the side of the bed, and I start meditating. I start counting backwards, which is something I always used to do when I couldn't sleep. And then I start going, well, what do I do? And I hear, well, go back and look at the time between lives. Well, they didn't say it quite like that. The first thing I heard was, you must have died. Go see if you can look at your death. Now, I'm only 10 years old, and I'm sitting there, counting backwards, trying to see my death, and then figuring that from my death, I could catapult into some kind of zone that would then show me my prior death. That's a lot for a 10-year-old. I didn't accomplish the mission, but actually I set in my mind a desire to start seeing past lives, and that past lives existed because shortly after I found a book. By the time I was 16, I was reading books on Lemuria, psychic discoveries, behind the Iron Curtain, Atlantis. We were here before. So I was really instilled with this idea. So before lives, so today when I was researching, how do you understand your life between lives, they were describing the same very process that my 10-year-old self tried to do. The process of sitting down and trying to connect with your guides. And tonight's the night to do it, by the way, Halloween. Connect with your guides and then count backwards down back to your death and ask to go through that tunnel so that you can actually see that past life and or that past death. So I'll be curious if you try it to let me know next week how that turned out for you. All right. Tonight's the night to connect with your guides. Tonight is the night to even ask your guides, why am I here? What is my purpose here? What's my mission? What do you want me to do? Etc., etc., etc. Your guides will listen. So how do we do that? All right. I heard a little question. How do we do that? Well, one way I like to do it, for me, this is my most primitive way, but it really does work, is that I imagine a curtain between me and the other side. Me and the extraterrestrials, me and the angelic realms, just a little curtain. And I will go and literally move it this way. Now, I was also told that today is a good day to contact your departed loved ones. And so sometimes a good way to do that is to pick up your phone. You can put their name in your phone and just make like you're calling them. All right. So that's good. All right. So we are going to do some grounding and energy healing in just a moment. But I have just been so tickled by this concept that I somehow was told to do a show on Between Lives. And I didn't even realize it was Halloween until today. Okay. So let's see which deck is this? The fairies have to say about Halloween. And we're going to start to work on your energies for tonight. Very important. So you will actually be able to connect with your divine loved ones. So the card, isn't that interesting? So the card that I pulled is called the Dragon's Pet. And it's about communication between species. That could be between us and our guides too. Between species, between animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So the dragon's pet. So tonight we can open that curtain and we can raise our vibratory frequency so we can connect with divine beings. So when I first was told to paint those 33 years ago, oh, Kelly Bird, that's so amazing, so amazing. Tonight, and I want to say congratulations, madam. So one of the things, the energy is so intense. Today is my anniversary, October 31st, 2013, which is 9 years ago. I was told by my guides on this evening, that's how I know it's so easy to hear their messages. I was told by my guides to paint 33 angels in 30 days. And thus, that is, when we play it forward, how we got to be on here tonight and how I got named Joan of Angels. All right. So I'm going to settle in tonight and feel through the energy. There's a lot of chaos in the air. There's a lot of stirring. This is a night to start putting energies of protection around you. So, you know how the witches used to travel on brooms? Instead of traveling on brooms tonight, why don't we travel in a Merkaba? I love Merkaba travel. Merkaba travel is much safer. So I have a beautiful Merkaba that I like to work with. And my Merkaba is like a silver, platinum, shiny. It's 2 stars from the top down and then from the bottom up. So it's got 6 points. And so right at the base of this point right here, let's see, triangle here, I have a beautiful, beautiful angel lounge. My angel lounges are very furry. And within that Merkaba, we have 2 beautiful golden angels who are also there with us, who want to make sure that each and every one of you are toasty, comfortable, and they're going to clean your wings before they even take off. Why is this important? Because over lifetimes, and especially because of this particular date, over lifetimes, many of you have lost lives. We have Romania in the house, I'm happy. But over lifetimes, many of us have been herbalists, healers, Joan of Arcs, witches, whatever it was, nurses and doctors that got people well, healers of the umpteenth kind. So many people who spoke to the gods wasn't permitted in those times. So we have cell memories of times when it wasn't allowed. So we want to remove those cell memories. And we want to remove anything that no longer serves you. We want to put you in this beautiful, safe, comfy, cozy Merkaba that has furry, comfortable furs that just soak you up in its feathers, feather furs. And we have amazingly powerful angelic beings who are literally bringing those wings of yours out. Tonight is a good night to get your wings up, guys, as a way of connecting and as a way of protecting yourself, but also as a way, definitely, of restoring your energies. So we ask right now to let go of any fears that come from this life, past life, or future lives, any memories of past life, future lives, now lives, any curses from any lifetime, other people's judgments of you for being unique, for being individual, just for living, for breathing. So we want to remove anything that keeps you from feeling the full power of who you are. So as we keep moving and we keep transmuting this energy, we can call forth the violet flame so that each and every one of you has within you that violet flame transmission and transmutation of all lower frequency energies. Because we know that as we raise our vibratory frequency, we will be able to more easily connect with our solar family and our celestial family. And so that is. So part of our mission in this life, should you choose to accept, my loves, is to raise your vibratory frequency so that you can connect. Now, once we raise this vibratory frequency, and I'm using my right hand and I'm sending energy out to you. On that side, Tina is also helping from the back room. It's extremely powerful here. In fact, I know that with the screensaver, I keep disappearing, but I really feel like I'm really disappearing. And receive that energy with your left hand. So we are asking right now for a healing for each and every one of you. And if you want to put in the chat what it is to be healed, we will focus on your energy. Right now, we're focusing on the legs of our very, very beautiful soul family right here to make sure that any pain gets released, transmuted, and healed. We ask that your legs and anyone else who may be experiencing pain in their legs, that your legs be upgraded to help support your body so that every step you take becomes graceful with grace and ease as your legs become stronger, as the cells go through your body and they go through your legs, nurturing, the muscles get stronger, the tendons get stronger, there's more oxygen, circulation, and nerve flow. So we ask right now that these legs have a complete healing of that energetic frequency so that the energy can go from the brain through the spinal cord, through all parts of the body, the legs, hips, and toes. And so please wiggle your toes now, anchor in that healing that has just been done. Mother, Father, God, we're just so grateful for these energies. Tina just put up if there's any more healings that need to be done. Oh my God, a torn rotor. A rotary cuff. I'm thinking rotor. I'm in a trance. Okay, let's work with this rotator cuff. So I'm just going to remind you, Kelly Bird, my dearest one, you are a very powerful soul. I've been watching you, feeling your energies these last few years. Spirit wants you to know something. You are so powerful. You could heal that torn shoulder before that surgery. So we ask you to start to see that shoulder. And everyone here in the chat, please let's start to see Kelly Bird's shoulder. I don't know which one it is, but we are sending healing right now. Oh my God. And in that healing, we ask right now, number one, that every cell in this shoulder blade, in this rotator, in this ligament, every cell start to be healed, start to be renourished, replenished, reactivated, so that the energy can flow so smoothly, to flow energy so smoothly that every fiber is stitched and healed and back to its original position. And so it is. So, Kelly Bird, when you go to bed tonight, I want you to count down. If you have a little heat, you can put it on your shoulder and anchor it in. Count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seeing my shoulder heal. My shoulder has complete restoration of its entire function. The energy in my shoulder is 100% online, activated, moving fully, functioning, and I have complete restoration. And so it is, and I give thanks for this miracle. Okay. Who's feeling it? Who is feeling it? Ooh. Kelly, I absolutely believe in this. I absolutely know that this is true, and I affirm it, and every person in this chat affirming it with us. And so it is. Who else would like to be healed for your highest good? And if there's anything else that you want healing for, just put it in. We are healing all brain tumors right now. We've been told that there's brain tumors here. Your brain, these tumors are because your brain has so much to process, so much to do, so much new information. So we're going to open up a little, like with your steam, when you have a teapot and the teapot steams, and it whistles. We're going to just release some of the pressure. So we ask you to put frankincense on any place where you might have a brain tumor. We ask you to put a drop of the frankincense right here at the top of your mouth. Also at both sides of here. You could even put it here. You could, except you have to be careful if you put it on your temples, because you don't want it to go in your eyes. Okay, we want to see that the pressure is being released. Inflammation, turmeric, to start to take turmeric and high doses of CBD. If you're going to take the CBD, my loves, have it the one activated with like 0.3% of THC. So it will continue to work. All right, that is what I'm hearing. And I'm really happy to feel these energies for you. So just so you know, when you're in the between zones, when we leave this life, people who've had near-death experiences talk about having no pain. When my mom had her near-death experience, she had absolutely no pain in her body. And so we know that we carry that pain in our physical body. We kind of carry it over here. And we can, through healing, actually be 100% completely healed. There is nothing that can't be healed. All right, well, heartache. Right after I should say that, Jillery, your heart does need healing. So let's say this, let's say two things. Tonight is a night where you can connect with your loved one. And I did a show a couple hours ago with Suzanne Wilson. And towards the very end of the show, we asked her what we could do on Halloween. And she spoke, she gave us a process for connecting with our departed loved ones tonight. So I'm going to say right now, Jelly, that if we're going to start working to heal that, Jillery, let's have you listen to that. She'll give you a process towards the end of that. You don't have to listen to the whole thing, though it's fascinating. She'll give you a process where you could make an appointment with your honey. Sit down and have a cup of tea and connect. Now that's part one. Part one is, let's do this for everyone, because I know you're not the only one who's lost a loved one. I have two parents on the other side. I'm going to talk to them tonight because I miss them. So does anyone else have people in that in-between zone that they want to talk to tonight? Okay, or whose heart needs healing? Because let's go to a whole. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Every person on this planet needs heart healing. Anyone who went through what we have gone through since 2020 needs their heart healed, their mind healed, their soul healed, their physical body healed. Every single part of us was fragmented by an attack on our very being and our very sanctuary here. And so I'm going to say to you, we all need healing. Not one person here does not need healing. Our hearts were broken. And I don't know about you, but although I see where the new world is going, my heart is sad about the losses, and my heart is hurting about any pain that any of us would have to suffer as we shift into higher frequencies, even though we know that that's a 3D commitment or soul contract maybe we had to die during that experience, okay? Or to be injured during that experience, because we did have soul contracts. But right now we're going to ask to heal our heart so that we can continue and move forward to do the work we came here to do, despite the pain, despite the heartache. I am so sad. Kelly, oh my God, put that up. Let's put all of those up. Honey Bunny, we love you so much on this show, Kelly. We want to just let you know that your honey man is not far, and you're going to be able to speak with him tonight. You all go back and listen to the last 10 minutes of that show with Suzanne Wilson, and then sit down and make an appointment with your honey. We are so sorry for your loss. We're going to go back now to more healing. I see that there's more losses. If you've lost a loved one the last few years, give us their name. Let's send out prayers of blessings. Okay, Laura, we're just going to send out blessings to your soul family and your spiritual family that is now guiding you from the other side. Or a little help here for your chakras and for your mom and dad. And as we're doing this, trust that all of our bodies are being aligned from above down and inside out. Christian, we're so glad you're here. So I'm sending love to my departed parents. I'm sending love and healing to yours. But most of all, I'm now sending love and healing to each and every one of you. And through this healing that we're going to do of healing our hearts, I'm also sending and feeling love to send out to the entire planet, each and every resident of this planet, each and every person who is here for whatever reason on any vibrational level. We are asking that they too begin to experience a sense of relief, a sense that we can get through this. We're going to send prayers. Oh my goodness, everyone is so soon, so close. We have prayers for Eric, for Jillery's husband. We love you, Jillery. We are supporting you. We are supporting your loved one in his transition. We are grateful that you shared this with us. Now, what am I doing? All right, what do I want you to do? All right, we're going to quickly send that antenna up to the heavens and send your roots down to the earth so you can feel yourself aligned. Now, remember, I've been taking you out of your beautiful Merkabas where we are still resting in soul restoration. Now, while we are here, I want you to literally imagine that in front of you is a beautiful, beautiful heart. And I want you to see a heart and start to make this heart a little bigger. And I want you to see a very, very beautiful, it could be golden, it could be purple, it could be multicolored, it could be solid, it could be translucent, it could be bubbly, however you want your heart to be. It should be about yay big. And I think it's good to put it in front of your heart, okay? Or up here, I don't care where actually, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to rub your hands together. And I want you to take that heart and I want you to go around the edges of that heart and smooth it. I want you to round it out. I want you to smooth it out. Rub out the rough edges. And then when you get to the bottom, you know, that little tail here, I want you to actually open it up. There's a valve in there. And I want you to open it up and allow all that pain in there to just release. Like you're having an oil check, you know, an oil change, you're having a heart change. We're just going to let all that stuff out. And then we're going to seal that little valve. We're going to go back. Now, imagining your heart is a little like a clay thing, so we can smooth it out. If you see any rough edges on that heart or feel it, I want you to smooth it out. Then I want you to put sparkles in that heart. Kelly's right. Put sparkles in that heart. A lot of sparkles, Kelly. Oh my God, you just reminded me, Kelly, that I lost a dear friend. In the fall of 2020, November, she took her life and her name was Kelly. So I want to thank you for reminding me to also send her on our love list right now to see how everyone's doing. Okay? So just feeling into that. And now I want you to repeat after me. I have a beautiful heart. I have a beautiful heart. My heart is healed. My heart is whole. My heart beats with love, with compassion, with kindness, with beauty, with forgiveness, with gratitude. My heart is. And I want you to have gratitude for this heart of yours. Because if you truly knew what your heart goes through, heart attacks happen when we have pain in our heart that's been unresolved. Unresolved love issues cause heart attacks, my friends. So in forgiving ourselves, let's ask to forgive anything, any judgments that we might have about ourselves, anything that holds us in that lesser frequency energy. And so it is. Okay, so how's your hearts doing, my friends? Anyone have a happy heart? Anyone have a singing heart? Because you know my favorite thing is we know we're on the right path when our heart starts singing. All right. So I'm going to look in the chat, see if there's anything I need to know about All Souls Day. And that is Tina's work. So Tina Marie, that silent angel in the back room here, this is her mission. She takes souls through the veil into the light. So guys, mention all of your loved ones' names. Maybe she'll help make sure that they are in the light with her on her journey. Tina Helene Lohman Peterson, gratitude to you. So now, what is the third part and the third card? Humming heart. I like that. So what is the third card? Singing happy heart. Oh my God, happy heart. I have a singing happy heart. I have a humming happy heart. I have a laughing happy heart. I have a beating happy heart. I have a drumming happy heart. I have a a musical happy heart. I have, I don't know, I have a visionary happy heart. I have a miracly happy heart. It's a miracle if my heart is happy. All right, we have a gratefully happy heart. So you see all the creative things you could do if you stop judging yourself for being so silly. All right, Kevin Jean, nice. Okay, so let's see how everyone's doing. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your vibratory frequency now, everyone? Huh? And I want to know how you're feeling. Okay, so those of you who have mentioned some areas we want to focus on, tune us in how it's feeling. So thank you so much, light and love over there. All right, so the card that I pulled in, so I'm doing a 3-card spread for all of you. The Oracle and Joan sometimes likes to do this. My dad and Gran were selling lots of love to them. And so I pulled the 3rd card, and the 3rd card comes from the Light Worker deck, the Light Worker Oracle deck. And all of you with hearts, healthy hearts, are on this show are really part of that Light Worker tribe. Light Worker meaning carrying the light, holding that frequency steady. And so the card I pulled was reassurance of the golden light. And so we have a beautiful young woman holding her hands up to the sky with an open heart and really feeling the presence of the divine and of the golden angels. And it is my mission to have you feel the presence of the divine, to help bring in the presence of your angels so you can feel them. And so I want everyone to sort of take a deep breath with me. All right. And while you were cooking, percolating in the Merkaba, your wings have been getting cleared. Your energy is better. You're less tired. And when you bring your shoulders back, your wings out, you actually become aligned and actually in a more 5th dimensional frequency. So guys, the golden light comes to us as a gift of grace and reassurance that our guides and our angels are with us. Caleb could be with us also. We're going to add him and Eric to our list. Tina, maybe you should can we keep that list? Let's keep a prayer list. We're going to keep an angel prayer list. All right, so it is an embrace from the universe, an expression of divine comfort, and a sign of hope. When this golden light appears, it is a sign that everything in your life, even the most troubling of matters, is going to work out perfectly. So do I need to repeat that? This is for all of you. Everything in your life that's troubling you is going to work out perfectly, far better than you can imagine. And things will get more resolved faster and swifter than you even think it could happen. And we have an invocation, which I really like. We're going to have an invocation. I love invocations. So let's really authentically call in. And if you want to invoke with me, feel free to stand tall, raise your right hand up into the air, and we'll do it together. I call upon the reassurance of the golden light, the comfort of the divine spirit, and the love and grace of the universe. Thank you for being with us now, for bringing peace and reassurance even in our darkest moments. Thank you for sharing a special truth with me. Thank you to love and to hold and cherish and assist me always. I love you. Thank you for loving me too. May the golden light heal all beings of fear and doubt, gently bestowing mercy, compassion, and the loving reassurance of divine presence into the hearts of all. Through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. And so it is. So my darling ones, that's beautiful. So Kelly, I'm going to tell you that Suzanne said today that when you ask to have a divine appointment with your honeys on the other side, you bring forward a very sweet memory, a memory of when you met them. a memory of something that was so delicious and special that it just means so much. And when you go into the moment of contact with them, see yourself there. So I'm almost in tears by now because I didn't realize I had so many departed people that I love. My former husband, Peter Hangarter, passed about 2 years ago. And when I heard Peter, when I first met him, I saw him out of the corner of my eye. I heard the angels singing the Hallelujah chorus and told me I was going to marry him. And fast forward many years later, he's now departed. And so I suddenly remembered when I'm telling Kelly Bird she's talking about where they met. I just remembered how special that meeting was. So find those special moments, my friends. Find those special moments. Put yourself in a bubble of protection. Think of, that which stirred your heart and ask for some kind of sign, some kind of, it could be a feather, it could be a song, it could be a book, it could be a coin, or it could be you feel a little, tap on your head. So we should all do that. All right, so let me hear all your comments. Let's have some feedback for Miracle Monday tonight. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much better are you feeling? How would you like the show tonight? Are you feeling more miraculous than you started? That's always my question. Is your vibrational frequency higher than before? Do you feel like you have more of a grip on handling the next week of your life? Is your body, mind, and spirit feeling at a higher frequency? So those are your questions. Oh, I didn't see that part about Mount Shasta. Somehow I missed the Mount Shasta part, Kelly. But of course, a lot of people meet here. All right. So I'm so happy to see you all. This week, by the way, guys, I think I already mentioned I'm on a panel and on the Ultimate Star Beings Conference if you want to check that out. But I'm also working on something called Soul Mission Activations. So you stay tuned for it with Soul Essence artwork. And I'm still doing the Soul Awakening session. So if you feel called to know more of who you are, why you're here, what your next steps are, I invite you to have a Soul Awakening session with me so you can get started on your very best life. Yeah, your very, very best life. So we've been talking about between times, going from there to here. I feel like even this hour show goes from before the show to after the show. We are blessed to be here now. I am so grateful for all of you tens, for all of you whose energies are shifting. I'm grateful that you've reached out to me. Share me with people you love. And I'm not sure if I have anything else to say. Tina, do I have anything else to say? One day she's going to pop on. She'll just surprise me. She'll just show up and she'll go. So we love her. And you guys are magnificent. You are our role model. We go live every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, unless something's coming up. And there you have it. Have a blessed and miraculous, angelic week. Right, Tina? I've always helped people remember who they are and feel into their power, feel into what their gifts and their skills are. I've really helped people let go of what no longer serves them and transform that into fuel for their mastery, for them to shift their life into the positive. The magic happens when you can hear your heart sing. Literally hear your heart sing. I just want you to know you were born for this, that you have everything you need to really do you this lifetime. So let's get started. Let's make magic together. That's amazing. I love you too, Mary Jane. I love you. I love our channel. I love all of you that are here with us on Miracle Monday. Let us spread this energy of the miraculous. Let's spread balance, peace, and harmony. You are my rock stars, my friends. Have a blessed and beautiful week. Expect miracles.